Hey all, hope you all are doing good. Namaste. So today we are going to explore this orchestration panels, and we are going to create a small sequence or small workflow, and we are going to run it on our local, then publish it to all the users on this panel, not public but to all the users of this tenant. And we are going to see the roles, users creation, machine creation, robot creation, everything as part of this panel, of course. Okay, so that's the whole scope. And if you have not watched the previous video about the introduction, and if you don't need it, just go and visit. And if you are already aware of how the things are happening as part of the introduction, let's get started. Okay, so first thing first, this is our flow, and there's not much part. This, I think, we have you have seen how we developed previously. Here, if I simply run it, it is simply doing two things. First, it is going to open this UIPath tracker. I think this the .exe file of this we have seen, right? So one of the tool is UI robot that we are going to utilize it today. But now you know at this moment where can I find all these tools, right? Who are you? Oh, I am Dpoint. Okay, and your name is Dpoint. Thanks for telling me. Okay, so that's the whole flow, right? Let's give the space, otherwise it's untidy, and we are good. So save it. And what we are going to do is put this sequence aside for a moment, because now we know our workflow is fine and it's running fine. We just want the robot to execute and not we instructing it. Okay, so forget the flow, everything. Let's come back here. So here, this is what the default thing you will be seeing. There's nothing, not even a small operation I have done so far. This is what you are seeing by default. Okay, so this is a fresh. Okay, now there's a first concept called tenant. Okay, now if you are from if you have worked on any other platforms where tenant is there, it's good. If you are not from software background, you know, basically we call tenant means people living on rent, that means a temporary. Basically, if I have 10 homes and I'm giving to 10 people, right? That's how similar to that. I'm not the exact correlation, but let's give you a direct example. My whole panel or my whole orchestration process will be like my users roles, passwords, keys, private keys, workflows, or my clients, everything will be divided based on tenants. Let's say I have to design a workflow for 10 companies. Okay, so simply I'm not going to mix up the things, right? I'm going to create one tenant for company A, one tenant for company B. So whatever I have to work or I have done will be divided among the tenants. So that's how we create. That is why we create the tenant. So here it's a community edition. So in the community edition, we can have a maximum of one tenant. Okay. So the default tenant is this is what which is given to us. So let's delete this, because I don't know if by default any other property is given to tenant and it's working, and I'm not aware of it. So to avoid any kind of such situation, we are going to just delete it. And I got a good knowledge from one of the videos. I'll put that YouTube link in the description as well. You can just go and visit there as well. So let's uh, continue with that flow. Simply click on the admin. The not good thing, not bad, but not a good thing that I see about this UiPath is every now and then the panel, the options are changing. I don't know why they are changing. Definitely every application changes, but here I see a drastic changes. So if you are seeing it, I don't know when you are seeing it, but this I recorded in the beginning of the August 2021. Okay, so at this moment these are the options available. So let's get started. Click on the admin and simply go to tenants. I can see one tenant is there, and delete it. Yes, delete it. We are going to create it again, tenant. Okay, and delete. We are good here, and let's close this. Now we don't have anything on this orchestration tool, and we are going to create an add tenant. So I don't need data services, I just need actions and processes. And here I can say tenant Dpoint. Okay, I'm good here. Tenant Dpoint, yes, save. Okay, so I just created a tenant so far. Let's yeah, we are good now. So here you can see everything is present. If you are going ahead with the API integration, you will find the API details here, API access and all this. uh, I should not open, I guess, but anyway, there these things I'll hide it. But the user keys, tenant id, client id, all these things you will find here. Okay, so let's go to our home page, and I can see now the tenant is tenant Dpoint, and just click on it, open it. So here what do we see? Let's open, let okay, let it take time. You can relax. Okay, meanwhile it is loading. Just if you are interested in gaming channel, there's a channel by me, gaming Dpoint. You will find the link in the description. Just go and enjoy that as well. Okay, yeah, now it's loaded. So I can see I'm finding various options: queues, assets, storage buckets, automation. What are all these things? Let's go one by one, not a big hurry. But before utilizing this, let's try to uh, clear some sort of things. Okay, now there are huge number of options which is not present here, which we will get only on clicking the tenant. You can see these are the things. Okay, let's go one by one. So as of now, robot, I don't see anything. Do I need to verify my Gmail or what? Let me just check once. All right, there is no explicit verification of mail or something. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a folder. So this is the shade my workspace. What is this that we will, I think by shade you are able to get the gist of the name, but let's create a separate folder. Let's say demo project. Okay, and create. So here you are seeing for one tenant, again I have multiple projects. Okay, so in the demo project I can see as of now there is one user which is by default, and if I go on machine, there is no machine. So these user and machine is specific to this project. Okay, again I have user and project specific to tenant. So that's how the hierarchy is going. So now we have seen okay, let's click on tenant, and we have seen folder. Yes, we have created the project, and let's go to users. Okay, so here all these are groups except the D point, which is a individual. So he is active. Excellent. Now let's open and edit. And this is the unattended robot. So basically there's a robot. Okay, so let me open this so that you can get more clarity. Open link in new tab, home. So to execute we need robots, right? And at any point of time, the more the robot, the more the cost is. So this is the community edition. By default we are getting this. Okay, forget about RPA developed pro. But okay, if I click on robots, you can see you are getting one unattended robot and one testing robot. So this is what the max you are getting. So to differentiate between the different robots, okay, let's put that aside. That is not in the scope as of now. So let's say we are given only one robot as of now, and that is unattended robot. Okay, so let's go back, and here I can see unattended robot. But before that, if I see, there is no role given to me. Okay, now if I say there's a robot attached with this user called Dpoint YT, basically when I say a user, there will be some robots assigned to it. Okay, now if I say that this user needs to execute this, means that user is having how many robots? If the user is having 10 robots, if the 10 are busy, yes, then I cannot use it to execute further, right? If the user is free, then he can execute how many free robots he is having, that many. Okay, I hope the overall gist you are getting. But if you do, if you are not getting, don't worry, we are going to implement, so let's chill. Okay, as of now, first I need to give role that even if you have a bot, you need to able to execute. So for that, it's like allowed to be an automation user. Okay, and that's it. Oh, okay, let's click here, and then unattended robot, automatically create an unattended robot for this. Yep, and the domain and username. So how can I get this? Open your command prompt and try to find out who are you. Okay, so there is some sort of help that I got for this from a different video. I'll put that link in the description because I don't want to take the credit. I'll mention the names and all in the description, so you can find out there. And if you want to follow that playlist, I would recommend you should. Okay, so this is what I need to select, and to copy, just click on enter. Okay, I don't know how about Mac we copy and all, but you need to copy this, and that is what the username you need to give. So here what I'm saying is there's a machine which is attached to this, and like if I say, hey, this user Dpoint, you need to execute the flow. So which all robots I have 10 robots, and the first robot belongs to system 1, second robot belongs to system 2. So here I'm given with the one robot. Okay, now this robot is nothing but my laptop. Okay, now if I say that Dpoint, you need to execute this flow, so basically Dpoint will have one robot which belongs to one system, so it needs to execute the given flow in a particular system. Now simple understanding, if I say Dpoint, you need to execute the flow in a specific system, Dpoint should be able to access the system. Okay, that is where we are giving, okay, this is a username and this is the password. So the password I'm going to okay, right, okay, yeah, this is the password of my system, of my laptop. Okay, similarly, if you have any cloud instance, you will give that cloud instance credential here. Okay, and we see we have various other options, this we can explore, but as of now I'm using Windows credential. Do I have any other things? I think that should is enough. So basically what I did here is, there was a user to which I assigned a system. A robot is not yet assigned, you need to understand. There's a user, I assigned him a system. A robot I need to assign him yet, because our user is given access to a system, and if I ask this user to execute 10 workflows, it means they need a 10 robots to execute at a time, that is in parallel. If I give, okay, one after the other, then one robot is enough. But if I want 10 workflows to be executed in parallel, I need to give that user 10 robots. Okay, so for now you need to understand the concept that I have a user. As of now what I'm doing, I'm giving him a machine or a system. Now in the next coming steps, I'm going to give him a robot. So now I have given the access basically with the username and password and update. That's all. And that's okay, it's loading. Okay, and then go to roles, and here yeah, I think this is good. Okay, save successful, and then here is the machine. Okay, so I see there's already a machine, and if I open edit machine, I just see this should be a template. So if you are adding a new machine, choose the one accordingly. As of now, this one is a template time, so the second option is a template. Okay, yeah, edit, you can see no robots for this user. Okay, edit. So I need to give how many robots? I need to give in the sense I should have first, right? So in the home page, I have seen that as of now for the community edition, I have one robot, one unattended robot. So I'm going to make sure that unattended robot I have one, so I'll give it one. Okay, and update. So now you can see this user have a workspace attached to his, okay, his profile, and one robot. Okay, yeah, I think that's all for now. So now let's go, let's see that this whatever the changes that we have done is specific to tenant, right? But if I want to execute, ask it to execute a workflow, where is that workflow? If that workflow is part of demo project, what is the status of this? Let's see. So if I go to okay, I need to open folder, yeah, my folder. Okay, no, tenants, and then folder. Here I'm going to get some metadata which I'm not getting here. For example, if I click on demo project, I can see what are the users and machines attached to this specific project as part of the overall tenant. But if I click on here, I'm not getting those details. Or yeah, machines I'm getting here, yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm getting here also. So if I see, if I click on this demo project, where are the users I cannot find, but machines I can find. Okay, from here also you can find, or if I go to tenant, and if I click on folder and demo project, here also I'm getting everything at one panel. Okay, yeah, there is one user. How many machines? No machine. So because machine is present at the tenant level, I need to assign it to projects, right? So manage machine, and I see there's a machine which I'm going to select and update. Okay, so basically I assign that machine to this so the here in the machine, in the sense robot. Okay, so user now has a system. Okay, let's talk about project level. Now this project has user. Yes, that user can execute automation. Yes, he has given a role. That user has access to a specific system. Yes. Now that to for the user to execute some workflow on a system, does he has a robot? Or I can say, if you are from programming background, does he has a thread to execute, he or she? Okay. So yes, that thread is nothing but our robot. Yes, we have given that. So I have all the setup done. We are good. Okay, let's go to demo project back. I hope so far there's no query. If you have, just relax, have a cup of milk, water, coffee, something, and then play this back again. Okay, I'll give all the documentation link in the description. So far we have just done the setup. Now let's go to automation. Okay. So in automation, basically we'll have workflows that we have published so far, or the process that we have published so far, and we did not do anything so far. We are good with the setup. Let's deploy something. Okay. So this is something where we have already executed, and we have tried to see what is happening in the local. So now we are going to publish this, and we are going to say, okay, this is let's say workflow one. Okay, and yeah, so far good. And next, so here again you can see orchestration personal workspace field. So where is my personal workspace? If you can see, you can see my workspace. It's one project, shared one project, demo one project. So by default, if I don't mention something, it is going to go to my workspace. Okay, so let's want to say that it is visible to all the projects. So what we are going to do is, or all the tenants, what we are going to do is this. Where is my studio? Yep. So here, instead of personal, I can say orchestration tenant process feed. So it's basically on the tenant level we are deploying. Because we are deploying it on the tenant level, it will be visible to all the users across all the projects in the same tenant. So let's select the tenant process, and next we have certificate. Yeah, all this is not required. Publishing package. Let's see, wait for it, and it is published. So let's minimize this, and let's refresh this. No, not yet. Shade. Now my workspace. What happened? Refresh. Okay, let's wait for a minute. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Now basically it's present, but we have to add that as a part of project. It is present. Okay. Yeah. So click on add process, and now you can see no package is selected. If I hover down, no results. I should get here basically. So let's wait for some time. Let's see in the shade if I have add process. Here also I don't see my workspace add process. Nope. Here also I don't see what is wrong with this. Let's publish once again. Yep, 106, and publish option custom workspace feed personal tenant. I want tenant level, and publish. Maybe this is connected to my different. I like with before demo I was working with the different thing. So let me just minimize this and refresh. Let me just watch out for this. It's not present here. Let me check if it is going to the different one, or do I have an options here itself? Publish. It's let's say demo flow one, and the publish option custom. So yeah, local finder, no, NuGet feed custom URL. Let me try to give this oh, just hold on a minute here. And yes, it's going to my different account. Let me show this. So you can see this is a different account. Okay, and if I open this, you can see workflow one is now here. So this is one of the issue that we might face, because I have downloaded the studio from this specific Gmail. Whatever I am publishing, it's going to this orchestration and not to the Dpoint, the one that we were trying to see the demo, that is not here. So let's try to understand how we can resolve this issue. But it's good that we are facing this kind of issue, so that in future when we are in critical situation, we don't get stuck with this sort of issue. There we go. So if I see here, I'm going to do sign out. Yep, sign out. That was my different account, so I'm going to sign in again to my yep, sign in, and here I'm going to give the actual Gmail. My bad. So I started recording and explaining everything, but I not my recorder was on pause, so that's a real nightmare. Anyway, now I can see that I have been signed into my Dpoint account. So let's try to publish it again. So publish. Okay, so before publishing it, let me show you what is the current status. So here I go. And yeah, so I was my recording was on pause, so I added one thing. So let me go to process. If you can see, this is there. Let me just delete this because I don't need this. Remove, delete. So as of now, if I go to add process and if I scroll down, I can see demo flow 1. Let's try to publish once again with a different name so you can see how it's working. So it's, let's say, human interaction demo 1. Okay, and go to publish option. I just want on a tenant level, and next and publish. We are good. Now it's going to publish on this account. Okay, so 108 of this thing should be visible. Let's open this and go to demo project once again, add process, and if I scroll down, you can see human interaction demo 1. So once I select it, and yes, this is the entry point, and continue. Display and everything is as it is. I'm okay with that, and now I can say it is present. Okay, so here comes the thing. If I go to my what is this, if I click on my this, if I go to machines, yeah, this is fine. And then okay, robots. Here you can see unattended is there, but I don't have any further status on this. Okay, so how will I know whether it is connected or not? So for the sake of this, let's go here. Like before and after I want to show you, so that's why as of now you can see this is the status. And if I click on unattended sessions, here I can see these two are connected. Now why are these two connected is because there is this thing called UIPath Assistant which is running. Okay, so let me just close this completely, sign out, yes, and close this completely. Oh no, I don't need anything. And refresh this. I don't think it will be, yeah, disconnected. So there is possible that we might open multiple instances of UI assistant. So in that case, even if one net is closed, the other will be still forming a connection. So let's see how we actually connect. So I simply need to go UiPath Assistant. Okay, and here sign in to the same account, which is the account, this Dpoint YT. Oh, here also it's gone. Why? Oh, because I, okay, so here we go. Everything is formed on one session. So if I sign in here, because we don't basically sign in from this, so if I sign in from here on there, it's all using the same session. Oh, okay, it's opening in Chrome. Yeah, open UiPath, and let's see what account it is opening, because I have multiple accounts. So that was creating some confusion, but I think we are good now. Yeah, let's wait. Yeah, it's green and it's connecting to which account? Dpoint YT. Yeah, we are good. So cancel, close, close, close. Remaining, I don't need anything. And minimizes, and here also it's logged in. So these two are working with the same session. Now if I refresh it, you can see this is connected. These are not different one. It's basically a different environment. That's it. Okay, we will see how to do non-prod prod everything, but for now it's like a same machine. Okay, if I go to properties, I'll get, you can see here same laptop, right? It's the same machine. So let's go to demo project and go to automation. We have process, we have all the requirements to execute. Now let's execute this. Okay, so what I can do, I can simply start a job like this I'm doing manually. So let's do manually, then we'll try to do it using a process. So yes, this is the laptop, and this is the machine and the robot. So which robot? Yeah, and start. Now command send for user. Yes, I should see a path tracker. Yeah, you see this green thing, that is a tracker. Okay, who are you? It's Dpoint from cloud. And okay, so it's basically irrespective of who developed it or what. I am simply saying that you have to execute this process, and I'm giving instruction to a user, to a robot and a machine. Okay, now let's try to do this based on some triggers. So if I go to triggers, I can see I have two options, or yeah, add a new trigger. So I have two options. Timer, I think it's a self-explanatory that job should be triggered. at a specific, okay, here I can say which job at what time. But queue, so this is something we need to understand because this is going to help us a lot. So let's try to understand the queue very minutely as of now. But I think for this, okay, yeah, I think I can give a slight glance on this, but in the next video we are going to cover end to end, because before this we need to understand about APIs. So let's try to understand how it's going to work and then implement with after understanding of the APIs. Okay, so I have selected a queue and I'm giving a trigger name saying this is a trigger one. Okay, and process name is this, and job priority everything will be this. I have only one thing at a time, but let me be specific. And yeah, this is fine because I'm not selecting the time, so it's fine with this. So anyway, yeah, anything is fine basically because I'm not depending on the this timer on queue. Now if I go to select queue, I don't have any queue. Basically what is the concept of queue is, as soon as a request comes in the queue, I'm saying as soon as the request comes in the in the queue, which queue I don't have any queue, so that's why I'm not getting anything in the drop down. But here what I'm saying in a trigger is, as soon as any event comes into this queue, please trigger this process with this user and machine. Okay, so let's create a queue. So let me just give it a name called q1. Okay, and I don't need anything else. All are good. So I did not define anything, just a queue, and I'm saying as soon as a queue receives any request, you need to execute this and add it. That's it. Okay, so I see a trigger is there, and I can if I go to queue, I can see this queue was something which we created. Okay, now what are the requests that is placed in that queue based on which the triggers happened or any other events happened, we don't know. So I can simply click on more actions and I can go to view transactions. So I can say there's nothing here. But what we are going to do in the upcoming video is we are going to explore the APIs part of the UI path, and then we are going to put a payload or a request in this. Based on that, a trigger will be created, so that basically this process will be executed. So as soon as I click play, it's happening manually, right? Basically I initiated it manually, but I will have trigger to trigger the process based on some action or event. So in our context, event will be when a process or request is placed on the queue. I hope the concept is clear. If you love the explanation, please to subscribe, like, comment, and if you have done any use cases, do mention that as well. And I would recommend this Edureka playlist which I have seen. It's really helpful, and if you do have time, do visit that as well, uh, because it's a really quality one. So that's all for today. Try to implement this, and if you have any questions or any comments, do mention that in the comment section. Thank you.